Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Today we're going to take inspiration from this knitted tie and make our own crocheted tie. So this tie is about 50 inches long or so, and what we're going to do is create a crocheted tie based on this. So we're going to be using a merino wool yarn for this, and it is 100% superfine merino fine, 100% superwash merino fine wool. So I'm going to be using the medium 4 weight yarn, and for this project I'm also going to be using a 4.25 millimeter hook. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing you're going to want to do is create a slip knot. And then the next thing you're going to want to do is chain enough so that way you have the width of this tie. So we're going to chain 15, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it looks like 10 is enough for one side. So we're actually going to chain 20. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so we've chained 20, and then we're going to join it in the round. We're going to be working in the round today because, as you may have noticed from the knitted tie, it is in a round as well. So I'm going to go ahead and join this together with a slip knot. Like so. I'm going to chain 2, and then what we're going to do is first work on this edge, which is kind of like different than the rest of the tie. So what we're going to do is create slip knots all the way around. So just go through and do not slip knot, slip stitch all the way around. So I'm going to remove this tie out of the way now. So create slip stitches all the way around. So you should have 20 slip stitches. All right, so go ahead and keep going until you've made it all the way around. Okay, I've made it all the way around, and now I'm just going to join the two ends together with a slip stitch. And now I'm going to straighten things out a little bit. And now we're going to chain 2. And now what we're going to start doing is doing single crochets, and that's going to be for most of the length of the tie, or at least about half of the length of the tie. So go ahead and start creating slip stitches. Single crochets. And you're going to do that in every single one of these. So you're going fully around to do 20 single crochets. And now we've gotten to the end, so let's go ahead and do the last single crochet, and then we will join it together with another slip stitch. All right, so this is how things are looking so far. Let's go ahead and do 2 more chains. And then what we're going to do is we're going to continue on with these single crochets, and we're just going to keep doing these single crochets in the round. So I'm going to show you what happens when your tie gets long enough. So this is really going to depend on the person that you're making the tie for. I'm going to be basing it off of my tie, off of the knitted tie that I'm working with. So I'll tell you how many rounds I end up doing, but just keep going with these rounds until the tie is long enough. So this tie, before it begins to taper, it looks like it begins tapering here. So it looks like approximately 15 to 20 inches or so. So what I'm gonna do is I'll tell you how many rounds, and I'll be back when I'm done with that part. Just wanted to check in and show you the progress so far. So we've done over 20 rows so far, and we are getting the tie together, and we definitely have probably about twice as much to go. So just showing you the progress so far. Okay, we've reached row 36, and we have now reached the point where the tie begins to taper. And so because of that, we're just going to do a very slow taper for the next several rows. So I'm just going to bring you through that process. So you want to chain 2. And then after you chain 2, then you're going to do 18 single crochets. So single crochet most of the way around. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so we're actually at, what you want to do basically is, I'm going to do just 16 for now. When you get to the end of your row, usually what you would do is do the last single crochet. So I have 2 more single crochets to do. But what we're going to do instead here is decrease 1. So you want to decrease, do 1 decrease, and then finish the row by slip stitching to end the row. Now I'm going to do 2 single crochets again. Now we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to do single crochets all the way around, until we reach the last 2 stitches, and we're going to do a decrease again. And by doing this, we are slowly going to make our tie smaller. So we did that for 1 round. We're doing this for a 2nd round. Once again, we've got 2 single crochets left, 2 stitches left. So we're going to use those 2 stitches and just go ahead and decrease. So once again, it's going to bring it in slightly. We're starting to see a slight taper. Let's do that again. Single crochets, And now that we're at the end, just 2 single crochets left. Once again, we're going to decrease and finish out the round. So now that we've done this 3 times, we're getting a lot smaller, so that's good. We're going to do it for a 4th row. And we're just going to continue this pattern. And with the last 2, oh, I have only 1 left. All right, with the last 2, once again, we will do that decrease. And finish out the row. Okay. So now let's see how things are looking. We've got it a slowly tapering smaller, so that's good. But now what we want to do is go ahead and for several more rows, so after these 4 rows, what you want to do is we're going to do at least 10 more rows, and they're just going to be straight rows. All right, so I've actually ended up doing 30 rows here, and so I'll make sure that that's reflected in the actual pattern that I'm writing. And then after that, what we see is a pretty quick tapering off here, and the last part of this is long and very skinny. So that is probably going to be at least 50 rows. So if this is 30 rows here, then it's going to probably be 50 to 100 rows that we're going to be doing. So I'm going to make sure to put that, you can just check in the description below, but I'm going to go ahead and first taper this. So let's taper that together, and then we will keep going. So to taper it, since this is a very quick taper, what we're gonna do is first chain 2, and then what we're gonna do is single crochet and then decrease. So we're just gonna single crochet and then decrease all the way around. So single crochet, decrease, and just continue this pattern all the way around. Single crochet and then decrease. Single crochet, decrease. And single crochet and 1 final decrease here. And then slip stitch to join the round together. All right, so now it's gonna be much smaller. However, this width does seem a little bit big, so I'm going to do that one more time. We're going to do 1 more row of the same thing. So single crochet, and then decrease, single crochet and decrease, single crochet and decrease, single crochet. Okay, and then one more decrease, and then you're going to join the round together. Okay, so this looks like it's now small enough. And what we're going to do is we're just going to do 2 chains and then single crochets in the round all the way around until we are done with the tie. So this part is going to be very skinny and thin, and that is completely fine. That is the way we want it to be. When you've single crocheted all the way around, slip stitch to end it. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to create that really thin piece here. So we're going to go ahead and work on that now, and I will come back in probably about 100 rows. So in the end, it ended up being 80 rows, and after getting those 80 rows done, I just snipped the end and then I just wove in the ends. So that is going to be it for the tie, and I'm just going to show you the tie from the beginning so you can see it, and I'm just going to show how it is tapered at the other end. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll talk to you in the next one. All right, bye!